One can easily argue that Barcelona is the most beautiful and complete city in the world. The city is so popular that even the Catalonians are now telling visitors to stay home. Barcelona is a world-class city, vibrant, full of history and a must-see on any European itinerary. Unless you have visited Barcelona and studied architecture, you might never have heard of Antoni Gaudí. But Gaudi's work is going to put to shame almost anything you might have seen it before. But if your buildings annoy you think, that's okay. Some other finest artists from the last century also living in Catalonia left their legacy, such as Pablo Picasso, Salvador Dalí, and Juan Miró were among the most famous Barcelonian artists whose works can also be seen throughout the city. I am going to warn you, do not forget to visit the city's #1 attraction, Gaudi's Sagrada Família. Its construction started in 1882 and is set to be finished in 2026 when it will become the tallest church on the planet. But it's really not about the size. It is fantastic and unique church inside out, and unlike any other building on earth, it's touristy but it's a must. Okay, so maybe you just want to walk around and eat incredibly tasty food, so don't forget to check out Las Ramblas in the Gothic district. Barcelona is also known for great beaches and a hub for cruises to the Mediterranean or Canary Islands. One can also fly in less than an hour to Ibiza or Mallorca. There's an energy to the city of Barcelona that becomes infectious. It's been home of some of the best artists, architects, chefs, and musicians in the world, and it's full of their contributions. Whatever you're looking for, you'll find it here. Incredible food, amazing art, speechless architecture, great night out, and fun. Welcome to Barcelona.
Back in Barcelona,
Yeah.
I can't believe it. Like, this is one of my favorite cities in the world. Usually I don't come here in the winter,
Yes.
like getting close to the winter, but I'm just glad to be here, and we couldn't be in a better spot here, right? To start like this amazing day. So I'm excited. So good to see you, Gemma. What are we looking here?
Well, we're looking at Sagrada Familia, which is probably the most famous site in not only Barcelona but in Spain, and one certainly of the main sites in Europe. Do you know that this is actually the most visited site, that it's not a museum in Europe?
Wow.
It's in a great position. We have around 4 million visitors. Now it's good you came in December, that it's less crowded, because you see the streets around are pretty empty.
So
but you can
nice,
still admire the works of Sagrada Familia, that they have been going on for about 150 years.
What's up with what's going on with this neighborhood here? I can just imagine 4 million people come here to visit, right?
Yes.
How is the neighborhood? What makes up the neighborhood? Are people happy about all these tourists here?
Yeah, well, Sagrada Familia, it's the neighborhood is called this way because of the church. Because first was the church, then little by little the houses were built. And it's actually a very local neighborhood, except for the streets close to the side. As you maybe see some changes of all of a sudden, more cafes, more restaurants, and some gift shops. But then you walk just a couple of streets away and you realize this is an absolutely local place. Right now we are in Passeig de Gràcia, the street with the high-end brand stores, and where all the rich people used to live a century ago. Among all of these wealthy families of Barcelona, there were the Milàs that hired Gaudí to build their amazing house. Here, this is Rambla de Catalunya. Catalonia, that is the extension of La Ramblas, that is down there.
Yeah.
In the modern part. So from the second half of the 19th century and early 20th, Barcelona expands in all directions, and then all the wealthy people of Barcelona moved to this section of the city, and that's La Rambla de Catalunya.
Already see it, it's my type of store.
It's not tapas, but now in winter we love to, now and then, not every day, but we have hot chocolate, and hot chocolate is absolutely unique in Spain. I'm not taking you to one of the most typical or traditional ones close to La Rambla. I'm taking you to a more local one we have here in the extension neighborhood.
That's right.
Let's see if you like it. So basically, here they sell all different kinds of chocolate, and now more
Christmas stuff. Yeah.
Lots of nice chocolates like bombones, yeah. And then at the end there's the bar where you can have the hot chocolate, traditional one, with malindros, that is the typical pastry we have in Catalonia, or churros, that is all over Spain, fried up with sugar.
It's actually my second reason to live. By here in chocolate.
And then also in Catalonia we ate melindros, this pastry that is much lighter. It's not as sweet as the churros. It's less consistent. I can show you in the Christmas market how many different ways we celebrate Christmas. We have the local, and then the other ones that we also integrated.
Yeah, as long as we can have churros every day. Looks like a very, very famous place.
Yeah, we are in famous boulevard called La Rambla that connects Catalonia as a square, the central square of Barcelona, with the port down there. And basically we have sections of the old town here on the right and left, Raval on the right, and on the left the Gothic area.
What makes up Barcelona? Like, of course, I see a lot of foreigners here. There's some Middle Easterns, right? What makes up the population here?
There's a very large community from Pakistan and from China, then different countries in Europe, mostly Italy and France, and then also South America.
So we're officially in the Colosseum of Barcelona. Wow, so how many shops are here? Like
it's over 100, a little bit over 100. The market is organized in sections, like we have the fish section in the middle, and then at the entrance is more like grocery stores, and then also the butcher shops, so then also others that sell only spices, only mushrooms, only eggs. So it's really specific and specialized, and the nicest thing is this, we get all of the exotic imported products we can't find anywhere else in Barcelona. Pimientos al padrón, the green peppers, that it's classic, as long with croquetas.
Yes.
And different kinds of shrimps, shellfish, like langoustines and shrimps or mussels.
What do we have here?
This is
looking
pulpo,
at us right
now. It's a slightly changed version of the pulpo a la gallega that has like potatoes and then boiled octopus with pimentón rojo on the top and a little bit of salt and salt. Spanish omelette, it's omelette with onion and potatoes, but then also different kinds of rice. We eat a lot of like chickpeas, lentils, as you see here, fricandó de vedella, that's also a classic in Catalonia. So all of this is traditional food.
Okay.
Canelons, this we eat on Sundays and we eat on Christmas. It's
I could eat all year long.
Yeah, well, me too.
So this is
crema catalana.
Turrón de crema catalana.
It's
turrón de
this
crema catalán, this one.
Sí. Crema catalana is a typical dessert, and they also make it now in turrón.
This is very good. That reminds me of something that we had in Brazil. There's a very similar cake that they make with that kind of texture as well. That's just like that. This is a great gift right now.
Gracias.
Gracias, muchas gracias.
Good.
Yeah. The fat makes it blend really well with the meat. It's really good. This is a shop just for eggs.
That's right.
All types of eggs.
All sorts. This is one of the old churches we have in the Gothic, built back in the 14th century. And one of the most surprising features probably is that it's very simple, that it's common in Catalan Gothic, whether you visit Santa Maria al Pi, where we are, Santa Maria al Mar, and other churches from that time. Generally they look quite simple, but still
Gorgeous.
charming.
It's amazing.
To a church, it's these kind of old churches. You still see many tombs with the names of the family. For instance, here you can read Sebastià Vila, Passamane, I dels seus, which means and family. This guy and his family, and then often you see bones, which is indicating that there's bones underneath. There's people buried. Santa Claus socks, etc. But then they also sell the tío, which is typical in Catalonia. It's the only place probably in the world where we, in Christmas, we feed a lock that is called tío for about a month every evening. In some houses, their tío prefers to eat biscuits. In some other houses, they prefer to give him some more healthy, stuff like fruit, like mandarins. And then on Christmas Eve, after dinner, we all gather around the tío. We cover him with a blanket, and the children in the house, they hit him with the sticks, singing Christmas songs, and he poops presents. So it's important to feed him well.
That's good. Yes.
Typical. I think you like croquetas, right?
Yes. I think the whole world loves croquetas.
Yeah, you're right. Then we have canelons, made of meat, of rostit, as we say. This is very typical on Sundays and in Christmas.
Yes.
25th December. In Catalonia, many families eat canelons. And then we have an example of this surf and turf kind of food. We have a lot in Barcelona and further north and south in the coast of Catalonia. That it's meatballs with cuttlefish.
The movement, with years, looks like it's been growing, and especially now where people more and more they want to, perhaps independent. But is it going to be good for Catalonia? Do you think
nobody
how
knows
in the world? How in the world they cannot have a region like Barcelona part of Spain?
Yeah, well, that's the other thing. Nobody knows what will happen, if it's gonna be better or worse for the region or for Spain or for Europe. Because after all, Catalonia is one of the regions that contributes in Europe, economically speaking, right? So then there's all this issue in case of if Catalonia became independent, would it be part of Europe? Automatically not, probably. So that could be also another problem for Europe, not to be able to count on such a strong, economically speaking region. but well, so far.
It's a complicated situation.
Yeah,
I hope you guys figure out, like, in a few months or years from now. I don't think it's going to be anywhere easy. Anytime you put independence or your own state in the middle of it, like, it becomes complicated throughout the years. I mean, we've seen what happened with Yugoslavia, right? They're separated in 6 countries. It's never easy, but in the end, hopefully everything works out. So I'm rooting for you guys.
Barcelona. Beach town, Mediterranean port, Olympic host, multicultural, culinary haven, thriving metropolis and a wonderland. Barcelona is all that and more. A unique destination will make you want to come back in every European trip. The city is a cosmopolitan town, home of some of the finest artists, fashion designers, chefs and musicians. Strong, sophisticated, artistic and trendy. The capital of Catalonia is a city like no other in the world. A place where many different cultures mix and create a unique blend of art, people, fashion, music, food, and dances. The writer Com Toynbee once said, "I wrote every day between the ages of 12 and 20 when I stopped because I went to Barcelona, where life was too exciting to write."